Hi, this is Lara at Forex for USA with your free US dollar index Elliott wave analysis for the New York trading session dated Monday the 17th of May. Starting this analysis, first up with a look at an historical chart. We'll go back just for 3 years today. We had a 5-wave down structure for primary degree wave C to end early 2008, followed by a leading contracting diagonal for 1, ABC for 2, a long strong third wave, a short sharp fourth, and one more up to end into primary wave 1 up, followed by an A, B, C expanded flat correction for primary wave 2 to end late 2010. That's where the dollar's changed direction and is in a new trend to the upside in a primary third wave. So we had a 1, 2, and now we're working on wave 3 to the upside. Targets for primary wave 3, I'm going to favour the uppermost target where the dollar will reach 1.618, the length of this wave 1, when we see a rise up to 93.07. And that may happen about August this year or December next year. Taking you now to a daily chart for the last 6 months where this maroon 2 is this maroon 2 down here, and here's our most recent dollar rises with a 5 waves up, very tightly contained in a trend channel drawn here using Elliott's channeling technique, a breakout of the trend channel with an ABC correction to the downside for an intermediate wave 2, and we're most probably now working on intermediate wave 3 to the upside. I am aware there are other interpretations that see this all as the same continuation of an intermediate wave 1. That is entirely possible. It's also possible to look at it this way. So far for intermediate wave 3 we have a 1, 2, and within 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is probably not quite over today. Taking you to an hourly chart will explain why I don't think that's over, where this green 4 is just off the chart and this last piece of movement here is here and your green 4 is here, sorry, not off the chart. So here's that green 3 and 4 and working on green 5 to the upside with a 1, 2, 3, ABC down for 4 and working on probably a trend change at this point for the dollar back to the upside today. It is also possible that wave 4 orange hasn't ended here and we may be looking at a flat correction with a 3-wave structure for A, maybe having a 3-wave structure for B and then a C to the downside. It could go lower. It can go right down technically to 84.69. So here's our invalidation point on the hourly chart today. We do not expect price to go down that far today for the dollar. Wherever this 4 has ended up, the next target to the upside, the next movement is likely to be a 5-wave structure to the upside to take the dollar up, most likely to a zone between 87.84 and 87.78. Tight little zone there for the upside target, and whenever it gets there, the next trend change for the dollar, strongly down in a correction of a greater degree than what we've seen for the last few days. It should be looking much bigger than this. Further movement to the downside when that's over. For those of you who you might have realised that I've got here a very rare running flat correction with an A, a B that reaches beyond the start of A, and a C that fails to travel the full distance. So the overall trend of this is slightly up. It is still a correction though. I'm counting it as a rare running flat because it fits nicely with this wave count, but the other reason is running flats occur when the trend, the forces of momentum are very, very strong, and that certainly is the case here with the recent dollar rises. So I'm quite happy with labelling this with a very rare structure in the middle. So that's all from me with your dollar analysis, a really good idea of what's going to happen for the next day. We should be still moving up. I've got a tight little target zone there for the upside for you and a really strong invalidation point. I'm going to use that one on the hourly chart today. So that's all from me with your dollar index analysis. Hope everyone had a great weekend and have an awesome day.